right now on 5 on Your Side at 10.
We begin with breaking news. An 18-year-old is in the hospital after he was shot by a St. Louis police officer. Good evening, everyone. I'm Kelly Jackson. This happened earlier this evening on Idaho Avenue in South St. Louis. Police say they responded to a call from the teen's mother, who says he was having a mental health crisis. When police arrived, they found the young man holding a hammer. Officers warned him not to come any closer. Police say the teen ignored the orders, and that is when an officer shot him in the leg. Another officer tased him when he refused orders again. They were able to disarm him and take him into custody. Police say they typically would have a mental health clinician on scene for these types of incidents, but the situation quickly escalated.
Everybody faces unique issues, and that's why it's important for us to make sure that we have clinicians readily available and to respond before a scene turns out the way it did tonight.
Police say this was the second time they responded to the home this week. The teen's at the hospital, where police say he is getting the help that he needs. Be sure to stay with 5 on Your Side for updates on this story on air, online, and on the 5 on Your Side app.
He was a pillar in the community. He was a good man.
Tonight, shock and sadness in a North St. Louis County neighborhood after a 92-year-old man is shot and killed outside his home. Police are still looking for the person who gunned down Robert Pruitt as he was blowing leaves outside his home 2 days ago. New tonight, 5 on Your Side's Robert Townsend talked to family and friends of the beloved retiree.
For more than 40 years, 92-year-old Robert Pruitt and his wife Frances lived in his home on Park Charlene Drive near Parker Road in unincorporated North St. Louis County.
He was a pillar in the community. He was a good man. I love that man.
Everyone in this close-knit neighborhood especially loved Mr. Pruitt. From 1952 to 1954, he served in the Air Force. Pruitt then worked many years at McDonnell Douglas before he retired in 1992. One of his favorite spots, sitting back there on his front porch.
We're taking my paper every day, 7 days a week. He would sit out there and do the puzzles, and he would enjoy that.
Pruitt's wife died last year, and now
I'm all choked up. I really don't know what to say.
Patrick Ruffin is just one of the many here who cannot believe they're mourning their beloved neighbor. Neighbors told police around 11 Wednesday morning Pruitt was blowing leaves outside his home when someone shot him 3 times and killed the great-grandfather.
Me, my daughter, and my wife, we cried right there in the driveway.
I talked to Mr. Pruitt's son. Of course, right now he is just heartbroken and devastated and didn't want to talk on camera. But he and neighbors confirmed that Mr. Pruitt was found lying in his front yard, and they also tell us his leaf blower was still running at the time. This stunned neighbor so upset she couldn't show her face.
But I'm hurt because I can't believe that someone would do something like that to such a gentle person.
A gentle giant suddenly gone.
He just meant so much to me.
Robert Townsend, 5 on Your Side.
And investigators say they don't have any leads in Pruitt's murder. If you have information, you're asked to call St. Louis County Police or Crime Stoppers anonymously at 866-371-TIPS. Tonight, a St. Louis man who shot and wounded 2 police officers last year was sentenced to 20 years in prison. Cortez Sipes admitted to fleeing arrest in a suspected robbery in February of 2023. He crashed his truck near the Soulard Market and opened fire, hitting both officers. The officers returned fire, hitting Sipes. Both officers survived and were in court today to provide impact statements.
She was a sister, she was a warrior, and she was a battle buddy and a member of our team.
Tonight, we are learning more about a homicide case at Fort Leonard Wood. 21-year-old Army Specialist Wooster Rancy was charged in the death of 23-year-old Sergeant Sarah Roque. She was killed October 20th, the day before she was reported missing. Rancy is facing charges for murder and obstruction of justice. They were both members of the same battalion.
Yesterday, the unit had a very touching memorial, and while that does not bring closure, that is a critical step in the healing of that unit and the family. The family did return to their home earlier this week, and they escorted Sarah, and I'm very pleased to report that her hometown gave her and her parents a hero's welcome.
Rancy is in pre-trial confinement. An officer will be assigned to the case to schedule a date for a preliminary hearing. St. Louis Public Schools is providing an update on the state of its transportation plan. The district tells 5 on Your Side, following a thorough review of all contracts and compliance standards, all active transportation vendors meet district requirements, but there are 2 exceptions. One vendor's routes were suspended for safety violations, and another didn't have a proper vehicle storage facility, but this does not pose a safety risk. A final review is coming November 15th. 2 local communities are the only ones in the state of Missouri who will vote next week on whether to ban recreational marijuana sales. The measure comes 2 years after statewide legalization. As 5 on Your Side's Brent Solomon reports, there's a provision in the statewide measure that allows communities to fight back if they no longer want pot sales.
After Missouri voters approved legalizing recreational marijuana, advocates say it's generated big bucks.
A lot of the communities across the state where these facilities are located have really embraced having these jobs there and these small businesses there.
But some are saying not so fast. Next week, voters in Des Peres and Olivet will get the opportunity to decide whether to put a stop to recreational marijuana. This is the first time since the measure passed that localities can take advantage of this option.
But I wouldn't want it anywhere in Des Peres.
Jean Fleury says she's concerned about kids being exposed to dispensaries, like the Route 66 on Manchester Road.
The kids will come from St. Clement, and they'll be off school, they walk up, then they will go to Chick-fil-A, and then they go to the park, and there's all of this. And I would be concerned these people are having marijuana and then they're driving. So then they're how they perceive traffic, maybe not in the most careful way.
I think the really telling thing is that out of 114 counties in the state of Missouri, 0 of them are attempting to ban these. And out of the hundreds and hundreds of municipalities, only 2 of them are attempting to ban these sales. And these dispensaries generate hundreds of thousands of dollars of revenue every year that can go towards police departments, fire departments, and other local community needs.
We don't want this money.
Tuesday, local voters will have the final say. Brent Solomon, 5 on Your Side.
60% of voters would have to agree in order for that ban to pass. Under state law, localities can only ban recreational sales, not medical marijuana purchases. We reached out to Route 66 for comment, but have not heard back. And a reminder, you still have a few days to vote early in St. Louis County. The hours are from 9 to 1 Saturday and 8 to 5 on Monday. More than 186,000 people have already cast their county votes. 23,000 of those were today. And before you head to the polls, be sure to check out our voter guide on KSDK.com. It is a one-stop shop for information on all the races on the ballot in Missouri and Illinois. Just text the word guide to 314-425-5355, and we'll be happy to send you a link. Tonight, there are major concerns about the air quality in Fredericktown, Missouri. The city schools were closed today as cleanup continues from Wednesday's massive fire at a battery plant. The EPA has deployed 2 on-scene coordinators to monitor the air quality. If toxin levels exceed EPA standards, the public will be notified. The Department of Natural Resources is also conducting tests after fish were killed in a nearby creek. The cause of the fire is still under investigation. A buck busts into a nail salon and can't get out. How Overland police help stop this near-deer disaster.
And weather-wise, November 1st, average highs in the low 60s, average lows in the low 40s. A dry day, but that's going to change during the weekend. We'll talk about our rain chances and storm chances coming up.
You ready?
Yeah, go ahead, Mike.
All right, look at this video from the Overland Police Department showing officers trying to wrangle a deer trapped in a nail salon. Police say last week the young buck jumped through the storefront window and managed to get into the bathroom. No one was hurt, and the deer was able to escape safely, as you can see. But the nail salon tells us insurance will not cover any damages. Boy, no mani-pedi for that deer.
Okay.
All right, Jim, let's talk about the weekend and our forecast as we or a nice cool Friday night.
It is. This morning, we're not used to this chill, but it was an average day temperature-wise. Tomorrow we go back above average to 68, then Sunday 74. Now tomorrow it's mostly sunny, then clouds increase during the day, so it's a dry day. And then Sunday, cloudy. There's a shower chance, but a lot of dry time in there also. So the weather headlines real quickly. So bright and dry on Saturday. Rain chances by Sunday, but again, limited. It's not going to be a washout. But we get to Sunday night, Monday and Tuesday, showers and even thunderstorms. And some could be strong or severe later Monday. A little bit more on that coming up. 50 degrees right now in St. Louis. Not too bad, but we haven't really had some chilly weather. So lows tonight with this high pressure over the Great Lakes, once again dropping into the 30s. Chesterfield hit 34 this morning, areas of frost. Wouldn't be surprised to see river fog developing or valley fog. 42 for that low in St. Louis. Southeast wind 5 to 10 miles an hour for tomorrow. Plenty of sunshine, highs in the 60s, close to 70. And there's our 68 for St. Louis, Cape Girardeau 71. Then you have all this moisture in Kansas and also Oklahoma. And some of that's very heavy rain throughout Oklahoma. Flood watch is posted there from Saturday all the way through Tuesday. For us, some scattered showers in here Sunday. Doesn't look like too big of a deal, but watch as we put the futurecast into motion, and you can see, periods of rain a little bit in here, but the heaviest, I'll stop it right at 5 a.m. on Monday. Shower and thunderstorm chances not only then, but through the day on Monday into Monday night. So it's about 72 for that high. It's warm, it's humid, and here comes a front, and we'll just watch Monday night to see how much of this weather comes into play here. Might be some strong or severe storms, and that timing right now, it could change a little bit, but from 8 p.m. until 7 a.m. on Tuesday. So 8 p.m. Monday to 7 a.m. on Tuesday. We'll keep you posted on this and update this throughout the weekend. High temperatures, 74 Sunday, 75 on Monday, 70 on Tuesday. And the really cool thing about voting, most of us have voted early. And if you haven't, just grab an umbrella in case it does rain.
Yeah, I'll be out there Tuesday with my umbrella.
Yeah, nice. Good.
All right. Thank you, Jim. Thanks so much for joining us. We're always available on the 5 Plus app. Now here's Annie Crawl and Michaela McGee with 5 on your sideline.